Hey there, Thomas. Thanks again for entrusting us in the purchase of your RV here. We did a great job cleaning it up and sprucing it up. We got the inspection done for you, and now I'm going to pass it over to the demonstration expert here to show you all around the unit. Okay?
Okay, are you good?
I'm good.
Okay, what is today?
Today's a great day.
I'm just trying to figure out what day. Today is Wednesday, that's right. Okay. First of all, we have this side, the door side, and well, since the awning is out, let's just show you the awning.
Great.
You can adjust the pitch by pulling this down, and
Oh,
it
that's
shuts it. It gives like a 5-degree pitch, so the water runs off one corner or the other. So it's easier to do this end over here because the water runs off the back of your property or the back of your site. So just pull that down and get a little pitch going and you'll be fine.
Okay.
Before you put it back in, just push it back up to a straight level and you'll be fine. You have storage over here, but this is your propane fill. So if you ever go down the road and you need propane, you can do it at the park you're staying in, or you can go to Ace Hardware or Tractor Supply if they have enough room to get you in there. So you check with them at the front desk first or at the front counter. That way they can fill this, which is going to be the fill point here. Anytime that you're using this, turn your propane to on. We're going to fill it on the way up to you. So you turn it on by counterclockwise. That way there's propane going into your stove. Okay. Also, when you're doing, before you leave anywhere, and the slides are in and you're going to drive, these are manual. Now you've got some electric ones. Okay. You have electric mirrors, but if you need to move the fish eyes, have somebody move the fish eyes for you.
The fish eyes are manual?
Yeah, these are manual and then these are electric, okay?
Okay.
And if you ever need to store these for any reason, all you got to do is push them.
It's easy.
So you don't smack them every time you're using them, okay? They sell covers for your windshield that wraps around here, and has a magnet here and then tucks in here, and it blocks the whole thing all the way around. So those are on the internet. Okay. This is, I believe, a Ford V10 6.8, and it should have plenty of power for you. If you're driving it in the mountains or towing anything, make sure you push tow haul on the end of the shifter. Put it in tow haul, get the little symbol where it has a trailer. Even if you're not towing anything, in the mountains use that because it recalibrates downhill for shifting and all that. And that way you don't have to ride your brakes as much. Okay? And that's on all these Fords, they do that. Your generator is over here. We'll start that from inside. This is your generator exhaust, so it's going to be a little noisy over here. But you're only going to be using that sparingly because you'll be plugged in at the park. Okay, we'll go on down. A lot of these are storage, and this is your hot water heater. It's gas and electric. Gotta get it open. That's a big one, so that's a good thing. And here's your drain plug for the end of the season. This is your bleed, like your hot water tank at home. Same thing, and it's electric and gas. Gas is when you're going down the road.
Is she Leanne anywhere?
No. Yeah, she's in the last trailer doing the inside. Looks like we have a locking gas cap, so I'm gonna have to make sure we have the key on the key ring for the locking gas cap. When you pull into any gas station, always watch your tail swing. I don't know what you've had before, but make sure you watch your tail swing.
He's had a small Class C.
Oh, he has had a
24-foot long.
Okay, then, well, this is a lot longer.
Yeah.
And when you come out of that gas pump, and you make a hard left after you get past this wheel, then watch your Prius and the next gas pipe over, because you can whip into them, because this is a lot longer than the one you had. So make sure you get a mental note where your gas inlet is when you pull into the gas pump, because there will be otherwise be going around and backing up and all that good stuff. Okay, let's do the, well, if you've had a Class C, then we're pretty much close to everything. Let me turn this light off. There's a little switch right there. What you can do is pull your valve up here, or not your valve, but your hose that goes to the park, and come up through the hole and bend it over this way, or you can get an extension to this point, one or the other. Black tank, gray tank. If you're in the park, gray tank open, black tank closed, because you need liquids inside the black tank to break down the solids. That's about as nice as I can be about it. Here's your city water connection, so your hose is also going to come up through the floor here, and I would get a 90-degree brass looking thing, and in that way you don't have to put a lot of torque on your hose. Your black tank flush, use that at your discretion and follow the rules on that, because if you hook that up and you're at the park, then you can have your black tank open to flush out your black tank. Otherwise, you can just use the toilet and send some water down into the toilet if you have a helper. So black tank closed at the end and gray tank open if you're at the park. Okay, let's go ahead and see where our cable is. I'll have to find that. Okay, this is your water tank fill for dry camping. If you're going, I use Cracker Barrel a lot on my travels, and I need water. So my better half, she takes a shower in the parking lot, well, inside at the parking lot, with the hot water and enough water in the tank. So if you want to travel with the extra weight, that's fine. Otherwise, get yourself some water treatment, 3 or 4 ounces of water treatment, and then fill it up over the water treatment, and it keeps the water longer in the tank. Okay? And when you don't need that and you don't need the weight, you can drain it. Should be a low point drain down there, I would think. If not, I'll find one.
I don't see it there.
Well, it's in probably one of these bays.
I think it's in this one.
Well, let's go here.
Maybe not. Oh, what's this? Oh, park.
That's your cable input. Here's a critical thing here. This is your, I don't know what you had in your other C-Class. You can take your cable out the bottom. It's 30 amp service. You can take out the bottom. The thing is, this is your output from the generator. So if you don't plug that cable from the park and plug it in there, none of your stuff's going to work off the generator. Generator power to here, then you take the plug and plug it in for your travels. Okay, and that's a lot on B models too. Okay, so that's a critical thing. A lot of storage in that bay all the way across. Let's go back here. And you do have a rear camera. And you do have a 7-pin here if you're towing. So this hitch, if you're not towing anything, you're not using anything, get you a 7 to a 4-pin. Plug in an extra brake light back here, running light, brake light. You can never have too many lights for the wonderful people behind you. So it's true.
Yeah,
it's true. So if you've got that available, then use it. They have those brake lights at AutoZone, wherever in the trailer section. Walmart's got them, etc. Another bit of storage here. More storage here. This is a bunkhouse, I see. This furnace, if you don't I don't use the furnace because it takes so much propane and it'll cook you inside. So whenever I get to the park, I have a little space heater. If it falls over, it turns off. I use the space heater just to knock the chill out of the air. Otherwise, this thing here is a real dry heat, and it gets hot. So let's see what else we have in here. Just storage. And if you are going to use this, don't have a chair here with someone's hair right here, because it comes out of there and it's hot. Okay, everything else, you got an LED strip underneath. Let me check it. Okay, you got these, you got a porch light and you got an LED strip right here switching. And then your awning in and out right here. Okay, when you are at the park and you're plugged in, make sure you have the battery switch on. Also, when you travel down the road, make sure your battery switch is on. Now also, that affects some of your stuff on your dashboard, not for the Ford but for the camera and the radio. So make sure this just stays on. When it's stored and you're not using it anymore, you can turn it off. This is your solar, 13.7. You got a battery here, solar panel, and you got the sun. So that just tells you everything that's going on to your house batteries, not your starting batteries. Okay, and your house batteries are under his foot right here. This door, this is how it opens, as far as it opens. Otherwise, you got the screen door here if you got nice days and you're up in the mountains, etc. Let's go ahead, put it back. Since we have air conditioning inside. Fire extinguisher by the door, which is the best place. Okay, we're in. Are you still recording?
I am.
This is your wireless charging. You put your cell phone here. Hopefully it'll charge. There we go. So she's charging by just placing your phone at that point. Okay, looks like you have 3 TVs, at least 2. Let's see what we have in here. Okay, you have 2 TVs, one in the hallway and one up front. Pocket doors, before you go down the road, make sure they're locked in place. Okay, slide button in and out, and that is over for this side over here. The bed is stationary, so the lights over the bed are manual. Always make sure you don't store anything that might get crushed down the side of this bed. Make sure nothing gets stored over here. We can slide out and get crushed by the slide when it's coming in. You have a lot of storage space, so that's real nice. And the slide buttons for that is here. Also, we have your thermostat for your refrigerator. Air conditioner, sorry.
I was gonna say.
Your air conditioner, and it's an auto. It's in high and it's on cool, and then you can adjust the temperatures accordingly. Okay, and then you can go through and get your dry, your heat, and your fan. I just use the air conditioner. You can use the furnace if you prefer, but that's where you turn it on, right there. Only if the propane is selected and on. Because if the propane valve is off or you're out of propane, it won't do any good. Also, let's see here, I gotta find my water pump switch, which is probably right over here somewhere. I didn't get a chance to prepare. Here it is. Okay, this is your center. Living room lights, kitchen lights when you come in the door. This is your driver's side rear light on. I guess there's a light out back, sorry. Here's your other slide button for the front slide. Here's your levels, these 4 LEDs over here. LP is, we're going to fill it up to the top before we go. I know that the fuel in this is full. Battery's full because it's been plugged in. Fresh, we got a little bit in there for demo. Black, we're going to make sure all this is just filled with water, so we got to take it out back and dump it with the water. That was for testing. Okay, your water heaters. This is when you're in the park. Water heater on, electric when you're plugged into the park and you're there for 4 or 5 days, and just leave that on. Never use your water pump, because if you're hooked up to the water pressure coming from the park, you don't need your water pump. If you're at Cracker Barrel parking lot and you're traveling and you get where you're going, water pump on, gas hot water heater, and give yourself 15-20 minutes and you'll have hot water. Water pump, let's give that a shot. Water pumps always make a little noise because they're pumping, but you should be, well, you have children, it looks like, with the bunk. So you got to have the water pump on for the shower, the bathroom, or here. Okay, and when it gets done pumping, it will shut itself off. You know, it's on demand when the water pump turns on. I can hear it, and it goes off. Okay, so I'm going to kill that. Well, let's do the toilet while we got the water pump on. Okay, since you have a Class C, or you had a Class C, a little bit down, water pump just fills it all the way down, empties it. You can do the black tank. If you're dumping the black tank and you've pulled the valve and it's running out, you can send some water down that way. Get those packets of chemical to clean it up, or it's deodorizer, and you go down the road and it splashes the chemical up the sides and stuff, and that's what you want. Also, we have a little vent fan here. That won't work unless I open it. There it goes. And we got a switch off. Make sure you don't leave those open in the rain because they don't have covers over them, right?
Right.
The big one is if you open one or this one, you have this big fan up front. And these are real nice. But you got to pull them down. I don't know what you have in the current seat. And then you open this, and it looks like you have a cover over this one. So this one can stay open. If, let's say, you're using your screen door, fan on, okay, the slow, and then it increases, but this will draw the air through here. I don't want to suck the air conditioning out of here right now. Then you hit off. You can leave that open going down the road if you're using your windows and it's nice and cool. So go ahead and close it for your air conditioning and lock it like that. Your smoke detector's here, and you've got a sniffer around here for propane. Propane and electric, or propane and carbon monoxide. I gotta find out where that is. There it is, over to the right, thank you. And if that thing beeps, they have an age limit on them for so many years. And if you can't get it to clear, there is a reset button on the front. So that's what you wanna, if that thing beeps, if you're using a cleaner, they can set those off too. So if you're cleaning the sink or something like that and you're using some kind of spray cleaner, it can actually sniff that out. So letting you know now. Here is your fancy switch for the lights. And then stove. Make sure you travel with this down, and then you've got 2 rubber keepers on the end. Make sure they're seated before you go down the road. But if you're cooking, don't try to do just the front. Make sure this is all the way up. Okay, propane. Let's do the front, and then this is your striker. One time clockwise. Then you can adjust the flame down. But this igniter is 1 time clockwise for each one. Same thing for you don't have an oven. Okay, you got a microwave down there. Okay, air conditioner came on. Here. Lights. Oh, let's see if this is it. Yeah, isn't that cool? You don't have a fan. That must be what that's for. But you do have a light, and that's really bright. Very nice. Okay, the microwave down below must be a convection also. Matter of fact, it is. It's a convection microwave. The instructions, the best instructions are on the internet. That's how I learned how to use mine. It's in my camper. So, okay. Here's your GFI. If you have any electrical outlets that do not work, first place to go is reset your GFI just like in your house. Cool? Let me see if there's one in the bathroom. No. That's your GFI reset up front. Okay. Let's see what we have here. You can store this up higher if don't have anybody here. You've got some nice latches right there, and you got one at the other end. In fact, no, just the one. That's just so they can use the couch easier to watch TV and not smack their head. Okay? I believe this pulls up and it makes a bed by, it's a jackknife sofa. Pull it up, let it drop, and there you go. You got a jackknife sofa there. Of course, you hopefully won't trip on it going anywhere around it, but you'll be fine. It's got a lot of room. So then you pull this back up, get it about 60 degrees, and then push it back. Thank you, Adam, for the old man. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Now, I'd rather, if you're going to travel, have this down when you travel, though. Okay? Okay, let's, you got the curtains for that. Let's see if this other one is a jackknife sofa up here. Let's check this one. Looks like it is. Seat built. There should be storage. Hold on. Storage underneath. Yes, there is. And it is a jackknife sofa just like that other one. So if you want to have this many people in here, more power to you. You got that one. You got the bunk upstairs here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 people. Good luck. I don't know how many people they're going to have. Thank you. I don't appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
There is another seat belt underneath there. Ladder storage is back here. But if you don't need this and you want to really be a lot more comfortable going down the road, you can flip this over the top. Only after the TV is out of the way. And you can pin this up above. I think I'm going to leave it like that for transport. Move this up here. That way you can get in and out of your seats better if you're not doing. Okay, the TV swivels out. And this is your I guess Bluetooth and everything else that might go with it. Your stereo. Let's see what we have here. And there's your amplifier. Okay, the TV has two settings. You have your TV amplifier here. There's a little button on the other side. When the light's lit, it's using the TV antenna. If you have cable coming in from the park, they're going to fight each other. So you got to turn off the antenna and rescan for cable channels. And if you unhook the cable and you're leaving, turn your amplifier back on, so whenever you get to whatever city with a Cracker Barrel, let's say, and you're spending overnight, you might have local news. You got to rescan for antenna channels. Okay, but you got to have that amplifier on right there. Okay, this here is a collapsible. Goes down and touches this, then you remake the whole bed. Just gotta see if this thing got a handle.
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, there's your handle. Thank you.
Yep.
Adam found the handle. He's a smart guy. And just push it down till it hits the makes contact with the lip there, and then you remake your bed. And then when you come up, get it all the way up, use your handle.
Just right in. Gotta go further.
And
There we go.
so pull it back a little bit and it'll see that's your lock. Okay, let's see what else we have a curtain for the outside people not to look in if we can help that, and then it velcros around and comes around the corner here. So we're going to leave that like that. Also, when you're moving the slides in or out, make sure your seat is out of harm's way. And they do not swivel backwards, so they're not part of your living room per se. So, but make sure when you're bringing it in, this is far enough forward, you're not going to run into it. Make sure on your slides, make sure these things aren't sitting like that. Even when you're putting them out, you know, you don't want them to catch on anything. So you want to look down both sides before you even push them to go out. Make sure these didn't come open, or this come open like so. Little things. Same thing in the back. I don't think you have anything to catch it on. Let me show you this real quick. Whoops. Here is your circuit breakers and your fuses. Circuit breakers here and your fuses. We're going to start your generator in a minute. They're all labeled right here for your circuit breakers. Okay. Let's go ahead and show them the generator. Sorry, I'm kind of slow today, huh? Oh, okay, here we go. We got the refrigerator. Nice and cold. Here's your sets. I would set it up around, well, it's sitting at 2. I would start at 2 or 3 and work your way up if it's not cold enough for you. Don't go straight to 5 and then work your way down. Just work your way up. On off button, if you hold it, it'll go off. Temperature's on 2 and it's beer cold right now. Freezer's nice and full. Adjust it down. It seems to be nice and frozen, so that's good. Okay. And then go down the road, pull your lock. Okay, let's start the generator. I don't know, you must have had a generator on the other one. Okay. Well, basically you prime it, water pump off, I don't need it anymore. Hit the prime button until you see a light come on. That shows the red LED means it's primed. Hit start. Once it starts, get off the start button. But you have to have the one from the park plugged in the back corner, otherwise what's going there is not going to get inside. So And if there's things that you don't need while you're using your generator, by any chance, if it's a nice cool day or night or something, you don't need the air conditioner, just turn it off. Don't put the load on it every time, you know. If you don't need it, that's all. If you do, then let it run. Okay, and then when you're all done, if it has a fault button over here, or a fault light. The fault light means the propane is either not selected, right here, this fault light, it's either not selected or it is run out. And that means it's looking for propane. So let's kill your generator. Okay, and then all your light switches. So we'll go ahead and do the slides, right? Is that
Yeah.
cool with you? Now looking outside, there's nothing that was gonna, sorry. There was nothing that was gonna hit. Oh, let's look at this first. You got a little TV for these people, children, and here is your remote right here. There's your remote for that. That's the same thing. If that antenna amplifier is selected, it's going to be antenna here. If it's not selected, you got cable coming in, it's going to be cable to here. They have to rescan for cable or rescan for antenna. So, and the other one we'll have to find the remote should be in the. So we'll do that later. Okay, air conditioner still on. I'm going to pull the back slide in. I'm going to make sure there's nothing stored over here. Golf clubs, etc., etc. Oh, this one doesn't move. I'm sorry, it's this one. Okay. Make sure there's no toys or ladders or anything stored over there. Make sure there's nothing here for this to catch on. It's only going to come in so far to the mattress anyway, so here we go. So let's go ahead and come in with it. It's not going to go unless, now this, each one's different. I got to have the engine running on this one, besides the emergency brake. Okay, emergency brake is on. This one is designed for the engine running. Engine running before you can do the slides. And this also goes for everything outside that's not stored up against the side where the slide can catch on it. I don't know if the one you currently have slides on them or not. So once it gets in there, don't just lay on the button. Okay, that one's in. It looks like you can still get to the bathroom with the door open. So why they didn't put a pocket door, I know, because they got the TV sitting over there. Okay, so that's in. The light's off. Let me kill the stair. Well, I'm not going to kill the air conditioner yet. Let's go do this one. This has two locks underneath. You can just, let's see. So it's got a magnet that holds it. It doesn't have the arms, does it? Oh, there they are. Okay, there you go. Beautiful. So you take the two arms down and stow them. You got it?
Yeah.
And it's got a magnet underneath there to hold it to the wall. I wish I had that in mind. I do not. That's cool. Okay, let's find your other. Remote. I think it should be up here. Oh, there it is. Here's your homework assignment and your remote and your other remote. You have a Connex here, which is your stereo, and you can HDMI into that. Should go into that with the inputs, change the inputs and stuff. Connex over there. Some Connexes have have their own radio on board, but I'm not sure. What year is this one?
2021.
It should. I'm old and I get all these horrible calls every day. Okay, we have a homework assignment, and then you have another. You can have another input into that over there, like a DVD player sitting right here. So, okay. You're going down the road. There's a lock up here, up above. Let me make sure you see that first. This little twist lock at the top, right here. So lock that so it doesn't come out here. Spin that closed, and you'll be all right. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to put both your remotes back in here again for the front ones. Okay, and then there's your homework assignment. Let's go ahead and bring this slide in. Always make sure this is in. Nothing's blocking it over here. Sorry about this, Adam. I'm always getting in your way, aren't I? It's okay. This is 12 volts. This is battery powered, so it comes off your house batteries. Okay, we're going to come in with it. I already looked outside, so you're good with that. Always make sure the outside doesn't have a bicycle or fishing poles or any of that stuff. We'll walk around the outside, and then when it gets to that, it's a clutch system, and it's supposed to do that. But once you hear that, let go of it. Okay, so we're good, good, good. Lights on and off. Make sure this is off. I'm going to kill the air conditioner. Might have to use Adam's young eyes. Rifle it down until you can get to off.
Where's off?
Is it mode button? Is that what that
This
is?
is mode here.
Okay.
It's just cool, dry,
Okay,
heat, or fan.
Hit cool.
Okay. Oh, I see it. It's right there.
There you go. Okay,
It's just
thank
kind
you.
of faded.
Okay,
see
the
on, off
purple
there.
button is on off. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Adam. He's going to use the dash here. Let me get by you real quick. Since the motor's still running, I'll show them that. If you're in the mountains, let me turn on the air conditioner. Come down a little bit. Yeah, feels good. There you go, Adam. I'll give you one.
Appreciated.
Or two. You should have two. Okay, let's go no on that. Okay, let's find the home button. Here's your volume. No, that's your volume. Trying to find your home button. Let's see. Bluetooth camera view. You hit camera view and you have your rear camera if you're towing all the time. The only thing is if you shut the motor off and you come back and you start it back up, you've got to select camera view again. Okay? So, and then let's go back. Oh, gosh, sorry. All these fake calls, isn't it great? Okay, so we're in the, if you're going to back up, it goes into reverse. You've got that, okay? If you are going down the road, you should have camera on the right, which is wonderful, and camera on the left. Okay? Which is fantastic. The cameras are down low on the main body of the thing. They're not up here by the mirrors. So here's your mirror adjust. If you do not need, if you do not need your mirror heat, make sure it's off all the time, because it can burn up the mirrors, and they're made for winter time. They're not made to be running around. So if you ever see them in the on position, turn it off. Somebody else might have turned it on or something. You have a bunch of different keys. If you're going down the road, here's your tow haul button, and you're in the mountains. I'd always select tow haul. I was in New Hampshire for 5 months, and I went across the Kangamangas or whatever. If you haven't been across that thing, it's pretty steep.
Huh.
Have you been up there?
No, not yet.
Oh, it's beautiful. I towed my fifth wheel and my toy
Wow.
hauler up there.
Huh.
And I didn't want to ride my brakes. I was in tow haul the whole time, thank goodness.
Nice.
So make sure you do that. Now, if you're on flat land and you're just tooling around, and you're not towing, and you can take it on a tow haul, it's not going to hurt anything. Flat land, I'm a flatlander. I'm from Florida, so. Camera's still selected for the back, but if I shut off the thing and I come back, it's not going to go back to camera. You got to reselect that. So, Bluetooth audio, aux, camera view. That way you don't have to sit there. You can always have it on, and you can see what nutcase is behind you too. Also for backing up. But when you put it in reverse, it comes on. Cruise controls here, just like any other Ford product. Your cruise controls right there. You have what? 3 sets of keys. The ones with the black keys are your better sets. This is kind of a homemade set right there. But you have 3 sets. Okay, anything else, Adam, that you can think of?
Nope. Well
Okay.
said.
Okay, relatively very easy. If you've already had C-Class, you know how easy they are to drive. It's just when they're longer, you gotta watch your tail swing. That's the biggie. And what is this, a 28-footer? It's not
Should be
that
32.
much. Is that 32?
Yeah.
It's definitely longer than the one they had.
Yeah.
Let me turn the volume down on that. Okay.
That should be it for us.
That should be it. Thank you
Okay.
very much. Thanks for listening to my dry presentation. You always have Adam's happy face. That's what counts.
That's it.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Much appreciated, Jim. All right, Thomas, that was your video demonstration. Let me know if you have any questions moving forward. On top of contacting me with any questions, you also get RV Complete. With RV Complete, which is on an app, you get a direct line to a technician out of Dallas, Texas, available 24/7, who can troubleshoot and walk you through any problems you might be having. So, always a good resource there. Let me know if you have any questions about RV Complete or how to download that or anything like that. So, otherwise, take care, have fun, and enjoy your adventures.